and we're going to talk about that in a second. Be sure that for your company pay policy, you list your beneficiary. We want to get new beneficiaries, even if you've decided on one or got one for Cigna. We're doing everything brand new, so we're basically starting over. List your beneficiary. If you elect a dollar over the guarantee issue amount, then you will be prompted to complete an evidence of insurability. And that's just a medical questionnaire where you answer questions, and then you have to be approved for anything over the guarantee issue amount. And all that will be online for you. And we'll talk about that again. That navigates very well, so I don't want everyone to be fearful of that process. It's actually pretty easy. Any other questions?
Are the rates for the voluntary life, term life on there as well?
Yes, they're on there too. So you can put in an amount and it'll plug what your deduction is, and then if you say, I want to pay, I can afford more, you can make it higher or you can make it lower, and it'll always show you what your price is. Okay, flexible spending account. This is administered by FEBCO, and you all have had that here for quite a while, and we just want to remind everyone about it. The flexible spending is a nice way for you to have monies deducted from your check to help cover the cost of things that aren't covered on your health plan. For example, your co-pays, your deductibles. There's over-the-counter things that you can use those monies for. So for known expenses that you know you're going to have, putting money into your flexible spending account is an extremely wise thing to do because of the tax savings that you receive on your paycheck. So for example, if you've got a $45 prescription every month, your copay is $45, and you know you take that prescription every month for 12 months, it would be a wise thing to do to 12 months times $45, take that amount and put in your flexible spending, because you're going to spend it anyway, and you will receive tax savings from your paycheck by doing that. Yes, ma'am?
You maybe are going to answer this, but I have to leave in a second so I got
Okay.
On the sheet you gave us, we have all these different things. Are we only going to look at flexible spending, or are you going to go through all of these?
We're not going to go through all that in detail.
Just the flexible spending is all you're talking about here.
Well, yeah, flexible, and then you've got a dependent care account.
And that's if you have a dependent.
Right.
Okay, I don't have a dependent. And this is my employer will contribute? Can you, yeah, the employer's not going to, that's why, can you tell them? That's a good thing.
Oh, okay.
Okay, great, thank you.
So we talked about some things that are considered eligible expenses, your co-pays, your deductibles, smoking cessation programs, things that aren't covered on your vision or dental that you want to use your FSA money for. You can do that. So you've got a dependent care account. You can use that for your dependent children who are under the age of 13. It's also good for dependent parents or disabled spouses. And the providers that you can use that for, the most popular one, of course, is a daycare center, but also licensed adult daycare centers, after-school programs, even your babysitters. If they will give you their Social Security number and they file their earnings that you pay them, then you can use your FSA or your dependent care dollars, spending dollars for that. So if you've got children in daycare, it's extremely wise to have that account, because you'll save some good money on your taxes by doing so. Okay, we're going to talk about the enrollment process, and we're really close to being finished. The enrollment is going to be held April 25th, which was a couple weeks ago, through May 18th, which is next Friday. So what that means is everyone needs to go online. You can do it at work or at home, whatever is convenient for you, to enroll in your benefits. And if everyone will grab their piece of paper that says Online Enroll Employee Access for Kentucky State University. We're not going to go through this in its entirety, but I do want to point out a few things. This walks you through what to do. And some of you may have already gone through this and have a little bit of knowledge about it, but I do want to go through it with you. Who must enroll? Everyone must enroll. Nothing is rolling over from current to the new plan year. If you do not go online and enroll, all of your benefits will cease, will end on June 30th. So it is very important for you to go online before next Friday and make your benefit decisions. If you say, well, I don't want to enroll in anything. It doesn't matter to me. I don't want anything. Well, you definitely want the company paid life, and you do that online. The other options, there's an option to decline benefits. So if you go through dental, I don't want, you just decline it. Health, I want that, so enroll in that. Your company paid life, definitely you want to click on that. And you'll see there that $0 will appear as what will come out of your paycheck. The system navigates extremely well. I saw a demo of it. Dolores and Candy have seen it and have gone through it. It just pops up each of your benefits. You make a few clicks and it shows you what your costs are. Your 3 plans for health, you can enroll in one, click here, click in one plan, say employee spouse, and it'll show you what your amount is. If you think, well, maybe I can pay more, I want a better option. Click in the other option, it'll change your amount. And you can just navigate through till you make your decision on what you want. And then after you do your health, it goes to, I'm not sure of the order they're in, but dental, let's say. Dental and vision. And so it just walks you through, navigates you through so easily. And it's literally just a few clicks. So it's not hard at all. But the main thing we want to be sure to point out is that nothing rolls over. So we want everyone to enroll. And if you can start enrolling this week so that Candy and Dolores aren't trying to chase you down next week, because they will be sending out some reminder emails and maybe calling you so that if you get busy and you do forget, they'll be sending you some reminders. But we certainly don't want Friday to get here and you forget you don't get enrolled, but you meant to. We set all of the passwords to a default. So in the first section here where it has logging in, it has the address, the web address for you to go to, and then you will just enter the login information. Your username will be your first name dot last name. And then if that exceeds 20 characters, then you need to go up to 20 characters. But if your first name and last name is more than 20, then you'll just delete the last few letters so that it's 20. Your company identifier is KSU, and then your password is the last 6 digits of your social security number. That gets you logged in. And then you'll be prompted to change your password to one that's meaningful to you. Be sure you write it down, that you remember it, because if you're in the system today and you want to stop, it saves as it goes. You don't have to click, you don't have to continue hitting a save button. It saves as it goes, so you can get out of it and come back later. If you come back later, you're going to be sure you need to remember your password and everything. So when you establish it to what you want it to be, then just jot that down in case you do have to get out and come back in. You'll navigate through again to every section, make your decisions, and then at the very end, which is on the last page under General Information, you will want to click on Submit Your Changes to an Administrator. That's bullet number 2. If you do not press that button, then your changes and your elections did not go anywhere. So be sure when you are finished that you click that button. It's bullet number 2. Then after you do that, you can print out a benefit summary or a benefit statement for your records, and I always encourage everyone to do that. Print out your record, your statement, and it shows everything that you elected and how much everything is out of your paycheck on that, and then you can keep that in your file. When you sit down to do everything, be sure you have your dependents' dates of birth and their social security numbers because you'll need that. Some of them may already be pre-populated, but if they're not, you do need that information. So before you sit down, be sure you have that information with you. And if you have any questions along the way, You can get out of it. You can call Candy, Dolores. Have you all had very many calls from people? So they are willing and want to help you through the process and definitely, provide all the information that you need to get that done. Remember that this is your annual open enrollment period, so this is the time of year that you can make changes. Otherwise, you must have a qualifying event to make changes throughout the year, which would be like a marriage, death, divorce, things like that. So this is your time of year that you can make changes, no questions asked, and everything be okay. So again, online enrollment ends May 18th. So we still have about a week and a half left, and that gives us plenty of time to audit and scrub all the data, make sure everything's good, that it gets out to all the carriers electronically, and that you get ID cards and everything prior to your July 1 effective date. Again, everything that you do now is effective on July 1. Any questions that anyone has? Okay. Well, thank you so much for being here this afternoon. We'll be here afterwards.